Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading from the r/EntitledPeople subreddit, so let's jump into it. When my father fired an abuser from his company, around 8 years ago, my dad fired a guy working at his company that we'll call Joe. I also worked at this company. He was a bit of a jerk, but he did his job well, so no one really complained. From what I and my dad had heard, he tried to join the military after high school, but washed out of basic. He'd been a military wannabe ever since. We're talking that big guy with a raised 70s Ford pickup, with the rattle can camo paint job, loud exhaust, girl silhouette pinups in the rear window and on the mud flaps, a rifle rack in the cab, blanket-wrapped bench seats, and a CB radio antenna that was way too high. Joe was married too, and she was a very nice woman. Let's call her Mary for the story. She came in with homemade blueberry muffins for everyone on some holidays. Rumor was that she'd only married Joe because she'd gotten pregnant by him and her family pressured her into it. Lots of church families in my area are like that. Even though he did his job well, Joe wasn't exactly a model employee. In fact, he was a major show-off. He'd brag about his truck a lot, mocked anyone who drove anything but a truck or muscle car, and seemed to have something against wearing deodorant. But he always came to work on time, never underperformed, and always lent a hand with heavy lifting. My dad even went to the rifle range with him a few times because they liked to talk about cars together on occasion, but they weren't really friends. Joe also knew how to party. If he had a designated driver, he would get pissed drunk any chance he got, but he'd still be at work the next morning hungover and wearing sunglasses with a coffee in hand. We kept aspirin in the office just for such occasions. One day, my dad and I went out for lunch and got sandwiches from a local place nearby. While eating, Mary walked in with Joe's son. She was wearing sunglasses, but we could see it was an attempt to cover quite a swollen black eye. We could still see it from the side. She saw us and quickly left, looking scared that we'd notice her. After this, there were a string of similar incidents, with people seeing Mary around town looking like she had bruises. And not just her, but Joe's son as well. Another guy in the office had a son the same age as Joe's and would regularly hear from the kid that Joe's son looked like he had been in a fight or something. Eventually, my dad invited Mary to lunch and pretended that he'd invited Joe too, so she'd show up. When she got there, my dad sat her down and privately asked her what was going on. I was there too and saw Mary turn into a sobbing mess. It took some gentle prying, but she eventually stated that Joe would regularly get drunk and hit her at home. Their son tried to intervene, which is how he ended up beaten as well. My dad flared up and looked furious. He asked Mary why she didn't leave Joe, and she said that her family knew about what was going on and kept telling her to stick it out for her son's sake, and likely for a perfect church image. My dad, having gone through the same thing with my abusive, narcissistic mother, told Mary that she needed to leave, regardless of what her family thought, because it wasn't worth it, and it doesn't benefit the children to stay. Mary just nodded while crying and finally said she was done. My dad called his lawyer and asked him to help Mary in secretly filing for divorce. Joe soon ended up in jail because the next time he hit Mary, she called the police. She took the opportunity while he was in jail to safely pack up and leave. Her family obviously didn't support her, so my dad took her in for a while. He even hired her as an employee so she could update her resume and have an income during the divorce, since she'd spent years as a stay-at-home wife. When Joe got out of jail and showed up to work, he was escorted to my dad's office and was told that he no longer had a job. Joe surprisingly made no excuses for himself. He just returned his name badge and walked out of the door. With my dad's backing, and likely knowing he didn't have a leg to stand on, with a now criminal record, Joe didn't fight Mary in the divorce and gave her full custody of his son. Mary and her son left town after about a year and never came back. Joe, however, stayed in the area for quite a while, working as a tow truck driver. But Last any of us heard, Joe joined a militia of some sort and moved to another city. We haven't seen him since. OP's dad is honestly a saint. It is so sad when a family is unsupportive of an abusive marriage being broken due to image and ego. Like, what kind of piece of crap would have their daughter stay in an abusive marriage just because they might not be able to maintain a facade of being quote-unquote perfect? Honestly disgusting. And Joe is disgusting too. I really hope OP's dad kept in touch with Mary and that Joe never found them when he left. I hope both Mary and her son are thriving and continued to do well. But anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you got some value out of that Entitled People story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!